Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Miss Thompson, and today's video, I don't know what I'm going to title this, but it was going to be a Festivus rack like a lot of my nail polish friends did, like my holiday picks, but I didn't get it posted in time, and now Christmas has passed. So I think it'll just be what I wore in December, even though it's still December, and what I planned to wear in December, because I didn't get to all the polishes on my rack like I thought I would, but I still wanted to show them to you guys. So yeah, it'll be what I'm wearing in December, what I plan to wear, and what I didn't get to. How about that? So what I will tell you is that my rack was mostly red because red is just my thing. Red, pink, blue, those are my jam, but especially red. So I had about over half my rack is red. I'll just tell you that. I didn't get to all of them. I actually had to put some of them back because I knew I wasn't going to get to them, but over half of them are red, a couple of golds, a couple of greens, and a white Crelly. So since I normally share what I'm going to wear on my polish racks with like bottle shots and on the swatch wheel, I'll still do that, and then I'll have photos and whatever else I can think of along the way, all in this one video. So I'm going to start with reds, and then the golds, and then the greens, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, be prepared to see a lot of reds, a Skittle that I really didn't care for, and a couple of combos. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the first polish I wore straight out of the gate December 1st was KB Shimmer's Mullet Over. And I wore this immediately beginning of the month because I was still kind of in Thanksgiving fall mode, because y'all know that November is fall and December is winter, right? So I was still in kind of fall mode, and I wanted to get it out of my system because I didn't get to wear this one in November. So I wanted to wear it in December, and I loved it, but I'll probably put it on my winter rack as well. So Mullet Over is a deep red wine with a glowy red shimmer. It's so super vampy, y'all, but it's still warm and cozy, which is why I wanted to make sure I put it on in December. Even though we really haven't had any cold times until like today and maybe the next few days, I still wanted to make sure I got this on my nails, and I enjoyed wearing it. And it probably, the way I paint my nails, it probably could be a one coater with one thick coat, but I felt like it would have probably been thick and goopy feeling, so I just used 2 thin coats and a glossy top coat, and it was beautiful. All right, next on the rack is ILMP Ruby, and I only pulled this one because I was trying to not wear ruby pumps from China Glaze every single year. Even though I love that polish so much, I have a backup of it. I love this polish, y'all. I love ruby pumps, but I love ruby just as much. Even though ruby is just a tad bit pinker or cooler, maybe not as deep as China Glaze ruby pumps, I love this one down. I wore it once and then I saved it to wear on Christmas Day. I had another plan for Christmas Day, but I love this one so much that I ended up wearing this one. And did I even describe it to y'all? It's a red shimmery jelly with a lot of red metallic-y looking shimmer. Like I said, I love this one so much that I ended up swapping what I was gonna wear for Christmas Day to wear this one. It was so vamped out and glowy at the same time, and the shimmer is just jam-packed in here. I adore this polish. I still love China Glaze ruby pumps, and I'm probably gonna put that one on my like February Valentine's Day rack, but this one just blew my mind, and yeah, I wore it twice this month. Next is this Essie, and it's called Bubbles Only, and it's one of their gel couture, I think that's what it's called. But y'all, when polishes, regular nail polishes say that they're gel-like, even though it's gel-like, I don't care about any of that, because most of the time they're all just as shiny and glossy as a regular nail polish. But this one was so glossy. It could have been a one coater, but I did apply 2 coats, and I just enjoyed wearing it. I didn't wear it in a full mani, even though it's the most beautiful burgundy red cream that I own possibly. I wore it in a combo, and I just adored the way it looked on me. And we'll talk about the combo polish that I wore this with when we get to it. All right, this polish right here was an immediate add to cart. It is from Victorian Varnish, and it's called Smoke and Fire. So back in November, I was a guest swatcher for Victorian Varnish, And she sent me a couple of polishes to swatch, but she did not send this one. And it was part of the heavy metal collaboration that she did with Nate from My Guy Nails, and it blew my mind when I saw it being swatched. And a couple of people swatched it, but it didn't matter who the swatcher was. It was beautiful on everybody. So as soon as she opened her site up for Black Friday, this was an immediate add to cart. Ask no questions. I had to have it. So it's this super fiery red hot metallic. It's so vibrant, y'all. It just blew my mind. This is the statement red of your dreams. If you want a sexy date night polish, especially with Valentine's Day coming up, this is your girl right here. It's so hot and sexy and just set your nails ablaze. I fell hard for this polish, y'all. And if I hadn't have ordered it, I probably totally would have regretted it, especially with somebody that's such a red nail polish lover. I would have regretted not buying this. So I immediately ordered it, and it was one of the best purchases of the year for me. And I don't even think I have a full mani swatch photo of this. I did find a photo where I could see it on like my thumb when I sent my daughter a picture of this ornament that I ordered for my nail polish room tree, and that's all I have. And I'll insert that clip here so you can see a little bit of it, but I do have it on the swatch wheel as well, and then you can also see it on the Victorian Varnish website, so I'll make sure to link this one down below because it is still available. The next polish is another ILMP, and this one is called Say Love, and I ordered Say Love specifically to wear in February, but I pulled it for my holiday nail polish rack, and I ended up loving the way that it looked. It was a little bit cooler toned, maybe even a little bit pinker than Ruby, and then Ruby was a little bit cooler and pinker than China Glaze Ruby pumps. But to say all of that means nothing because I still really love this polish. It was still red and beautiful on me. And I keep forgetting to describe these polishes to y'all. This one is a ruby red, jam-packed with a bunch of micro hollow bits, 2 to 3 coats, and this is perfection. You don't need a glitter smoother, nothing sticks up, everything lays flat. It was just perfect. And I actually wore this one in a full mani for like 2.5 days, and I was so proud of myself for doing that. All right, the next red is Spice Spice Baby from Bluebird Lacquer. This is one of my favorite Bluebird Lacquer polishes, and it was actually on my holiday polish picks rack from last year, 2024. And it's a bright red with a bunch of shattered hollow. Y'all, this polish has so much dimension to it. When you stare at your nails, because you know how we all stare at our nails, you stare at your nails and you're trying to see if you can see the bottom of the polish basically, and you're just staring for minutes on end. And I just love this, and this is one of the reds that I would pull to wear any time of the year, no matter what the season, but especially at Christmas time. And I actually wore this one in a full mani for about 2 or 3 days as well. All right, we have Big Apple Red from OPI. Y'all know this is my quintessential red that I would wear any time of year. It's just my girl. And sad thing about that is this is my girl, but I didn't get to my girl this year. I didn't wear her at all. And even though I'm kind of bummed about that, I'm kind of happy because it just saved a little bit of the polish, you know what I mean? We all know how OPI is with red creams. They're just the GOAT when it comes to making these. So I'll probably pull this one on into my February rack because there's going to be lots of reds and pinks on that rack as well. Next, another red cream, y'all, that I actually didn't get to. This one is Salsa from China Glaze. This is a kind of crelly-ish red cream. It's not as solid and opaque as the OPI Big Apple Red, but it still works just the same. It's just beautiful on my nails, but I didn't get to this one either. All right, the next red is from Believe Beauty, and this brand is from the Dollar General, but they no longer exist. They went out of business, and I'm so sad about that. because this is some high quality polish, y'all. To be from the dollar store, these polishes just last really well on me, and I have a bunch of them. I don't know how many, but I'm so glad that I have them all. I didn't get to wear this one either, but like I said, I'll probably just pull this one into next year because I wear reds all year round. This one is just a classic red cream. I've had this one for a long time, so at this point it's probably a one coater as well. If you have any polishes from Believe Beauty and you like the quality of these as well, let me know down in the comments below, and also let me know what color from them is your favorite. All right, y'all, the last red on the list is from Lacquer, and this is You of Unbreakable Will. Oh my gosh, this polish right here. So when I decided to put this polish on my holiday rack, I went on Instagram and I asked you guys to let me know which one you thought I should put on the rack, because I wasn't gonna have both. The other one was Sassy Sauce Red Rum. When you put them on a swatch wheel, they look almost exactly the same, y'all. But my friend Carolina from Gotta Love Polish let me know that she felt like the Sassy Sauce had too much orange in it, especially for the holidays, you know. So I decided to put this one because once I looked at them really close, she was right. So this one is described as a fiery red with red to orange shimmer that basically sets your nails on fire. So I wore this one in a full mani and I absolutely adored it when I had it on. But while I was wearing it, I kept feeling like, is this a Christmas polish? Is this a Christmas red? And it really didn't feel like it. It felt more like it belonged in the summertime, but I still very much enjoyed this while I had it on my nails. All right, this next polish is from the one and only Skittle that I wore this month, and this one is from Rouge Lacquer, and it's called Regal. Regal came out in PPU in like 2020. It was like a red carpet something, and this was based on a dress that Blake Lively wore. I feel like there's been a lot of polishes that were based on Blake Lively dresses or red carpet dresses in general, but I wore this in the one and only Skittle mani that I wore this month, and this one is a flaky balm that's packed with silver hollow flakes and gold and turquoise and red metallic flakes. So the problem with this in my Skittle mani is that it didn't go. There's no green in this. I took a glance at it from my nail polish rack thinking that one of the flakes in here was green, but it really wasn't. So it threw the whole thing off. And if I had just picked a plain gold or a gold flaky, gold glitter, something, the Skittle would have been great, but this kind of threw it off. And when we get to the other bits of the Skittle mani, I will tell you more about it. But yeah, while this is beautiful on its own, it really didn't go well with my Christmas Skittle that I created. Well, I didn't create it. It was based on a Skittle mani that Rachel did from Polish with Ray. Hers was beautiful, and mine would have been as well if I'd have chosen a different gold. Speaking of the gold that I should have chose, it should have been this one from ILMP, and it's called Empire. I wore this polish out in December, y'all. This was the workhorse in the month for me. It is a clear based polish packed with so many gold flakies, y'all, and just a little touchy kiss of hollow. And this polish came out in like 2015. So in polish years, that's old, but it still performs beautifully. So I wore this in 2 different combos this month, and I should have worn it in the Skittle that I mentioned to you guys as well. But hold on, we'll get to the Skittle in just a second. And oh, if you do purchase this, because it is still available, you will need 3 coats, 3 thin coats, and apply a glitter smoother just in case, because I do feel like there was a few little bits sticking up when I wore this. And then we have this one from Cracked, and it's called Make It Pretty. This one came in kind of last minute. It was one of my Black Friday purchases, so I just kind of added it to the rack thinking that I would just, you know, top it over something that was on its last leg or last few hours of wearing. Like if I wore a red mani right before I took it off, I could add this on as a topper. So if I didn't say Make It Pretty from Cracked is a rose gold glitter topper. Some of you might think that it's gold, but it's rose gold to me. If you look at my bottle shot, it just looks a little bit more rosy, champagne-y than an actual gold. So while I didn't actually get to this, I added it to the rack just in case, but this is always something good to have in a collection to just kind of add that little bit of twinkle to something. this is one that you would need. And even with 3 coats of this one, you're barely gonna get like the lightest little twinkly sprinkle across your nail, but it just makes it so dainty and pretty, and it just adds a fresh little touch to, you know, an otherwise old mani. All right, now on to my one and only Christmas Crelly that I had on the rack this year. This is KB Shimmer's Baking Spirits Bright. Okay, so I bought this polish a couple of months ago, knowing full well that I was going to wear it for Christmas because I see it every year during holiday time, and I didn't have it. Well, what do you know? I wore it, and I only wore it on one nail in the Skittle that I keep talking to y'all about. I probably would never wear this in a full mani. If I did, somebody pat me on the back, because I don't think I've ever worn a white Crelly as a full mani. But if you're a nail polish lover and you also love Christmas, then you definitely need this one in your arsenal. And I know KB Shimmer came out with another one this year. Oh, the name escapes me what it's called, but it's basically the same, but this one is a white Crelly with red and green metallic micro glitter, and I think the new one is a white Crelly, and I don't know if the red and green glitters are metallic in the other one, and they're not micro, they're a lot bigger, and I don't, are they flakes or are they glitters? Whatever they are, they're bigger than what's in Baking Spirits Bright. I don't necessarily think you need both of them, but I would pick one. I just happened to have this one before the new one came out. I don't remember the name of it. I'll put it on the screen, y'all. But I absolutely adore this polish. I'm so glad that I finally have it in my collection, and thankful that KB Shimmer keeps these kind of polishes around for years and years. It's not limited edition. So yeah, anybody can get it at any time. So I will definitely link this one down below for you guys. All right, now on to the greens. The first green is another from KB Shimmer, and this one is called Crushing It. And Crushing It is a green magnetic, but I actually like this one unmagnetized. It looks so pretty on me unmagnetized. Even though most people like to wear this with the 30-pound magnet in the velvet effect because this is inspired by crushed velvet, I like to wear it unmagnetized. And the way that I wore it this year was in that Skittle mani that I was telling y'all about. Okay, with the Skittle mani, on my thumb and index finger, I wore Bubbles Only from Essie. On my middle finger was the Rouge Regal that I shouldn't have worn. And then on my ring finger, I wore Baking Spirits Bright, and my pinky was Crushing It. And if you look at the photo, if I'd have just picked a regular plain gold glitter or plain gold, metallic, frosted gold, anything other than what I picked, this Skittle would have came out so much prettier. I kept staring at my nails wondering why something is off. It felt too busy, or is it too, you know, did I try too much? Did I do too much? I couldn't really figure it out until I looked really close and realized that the glitters in the Rouge Regal were not green, and that's what was throwing it off. Now, you may be looking at this thinking, no, it turned out really pretty. And it did, and it's all because of the inspiration from Rachel from Polish with Ray. I don't remember the combination of polishes that she wore, but I remember her wearing a Skittle that looked like this. Her pinky and ring finger might have been the same 2 polishes, I'm not sure. But it was totally inspired by her, I just picked the wrong gold. My next green is from Bluebird Lacquer, and it's called Kind of a Big Deal, and y'all, oh gosh, I wore this as a full mani just to see how I felt about it. It's a hard pass for me. It's a hard pass, and let me tell you why. So this is described as a forest green jelly with hollow bar glitters. Y'all, in the beginning, I thought, oh my gosh, this polish is so cool. It looks like a Christmas tree with tinsel all over it. But when I got it on my nails, it felt like I had shiny green hairs all over my nails, and I just couldn't deal with it. I couldn't do it. So it had to come off. And this is the polish I was going to wear in that combo with the ILMP Empire, but I took it off immediately. This is a gorgeous polish, gorgeous creation, but it's a hard pass for me. I haven't decided if I was going to destash it or if I was going to try it maybe for St. Patrick's Day or something, but it just felt like I had green hairy nails and I just couldn't get down with that. See what it looks like there in the bottle? Can you see that? I hate to put that in y'all's mind that it looks like hairs, but it really does look like hairs. So I took it off. So that combo was the ILMP Empire Gold, and then I took this off and I ended up using the Ryan King from Bluebird Lacquer. This was a green that I had on my rack last year, and I think I might have had it on the rack the year before that as well. I have a backup of this. I have the dupe from Zoya. What is the dupe name for this? Whatever the dupe's name is, I have the dupe. They're exactly the same. I posted it in last year's video. I think I have an Instagram post about it, but I ended up taking the kind of a big deal off and using this in the photo that you see here, and I loved it so much better. All right, so the next green is from Morgan Taylor and it's called Miss Crawley Chick. It came from one of the Sing releases a couple of years ago, probably a long time ago, but I didn't get to this one either, and I'll tell you why. So this is a gorgeous green that's really densely packed with green and gold shimmer that basically makes it look metallic-y, and because of that metallic-y look, I was very scared that I was going to have brush strokes, so I intentionally did not reach for this polish. I have to stop doing that with the brush strokes. I'm going to give it a chance another time, but it's very beautiful, y'all, but I didn't give it any sort of an opportunity. I just let it sit here because of brush strokes. That's all I can say. And then the last green I have on the list is this one from Sally Hansen, and this one is called Matcha Love. It was on my holiday picks from last year, and it's just a deep forest green cream, and it's basically a one coater for me already. I really love this. This is a good green to use in the background of like nail art or stamping. It's just an overall great cream polish from Sally Hansen of all brands, you know. And the intent for this was to wear this with the cracked rose gold topper. I was gonna wear it that way, but I just didn't get to it, and it's fine. They'll still be in my collection to wear it another time, but the intent was to wear that rose gold topper over this or a red cream, and I just never made it around to doing it. Okay, and last but not least, for the Christmas polishes in this video is this one from Colores de Caro, and this one is called Hollow Blast. And I intentionally put this on the rack to be one of those polishes that kind of saved a manicure on its last leg and just give it a blast of hollow. But this polish ended up being the base isn't clear enough. It's a little bit too cloudy. It's not really milky, but it's too, I guess, thick with hollow, too densely packed. I'll show you how it looks over a red. I pulled it, but I didn't end up doing it because, yeah, there was just, the base was too cloudy. It wasn't clear enough for what I thought I wanted, you know. All right, so now on to the two polishes that I plan on wearing for this last week of December leading up to New Year's Day. The first one is from Clionadh Cosmetics and it's called Soot and Sugar, and I got this from a D-stash and I was so excited to get this one, y'all. I was so pressed to wear this until I tried it on a swatch wheel and I was like, oh wait, that's really thick. So it has a black base with a rainbow of shifty iridescent flakes and black micro shreds, and I think even maybe some silver reflective or hollow micro glitter or something is in this polish, y'all. And I also thought this was a jelly base because of all of that micro iridescent stuff that's in it, but the base is quite thick. So I would either wear this topped over black maybe to kind of get it to the opacity or the look that I wanted, or 3 thin coats of this and definitely a glitter smoother for it all. It's definitely a full coverage polish. It's not as jelly as I thought it was gonna be, but I still really like it. So the plan is to wear this in some sort of combination with this polish from Painted Polish, and it's called Bling in the New Year. This one was just released in the December polish pickup and I bought it specifically to wear for New Year's Day. This one is described as a clear base with a bunch of gold and silver glitter and black flakies, and it probably looks like it has a little bit of reflective in it as well. The thing about this one is, even though I've only had this for like 4 days, there's way more black in it than I thought was gonna be. So when I applied it to the swatch wheel, I used 3 coats and I thought, oh wait, that's a lot of black. That's what made me pull the Soot and Sugar thinking that they would pair well together. I don't necessarily know how I'm gonna wear these yet, but that's my plan, to put these in some sort of combination for New Year's. Whether I wear a full mani on my swatch hand and a full mani on my Cindy hand of each polish, or a combination of the two, I don't know yet. But these are the two polishes that I plan to wear for this last week of December. On my nails, currently I have the X-Files from Moonshine Mani. This came out in June maybe of 2025. Let's just look and see. Yep, June 2025 HHC. And it is described as a silver linear hollow with orange to amber to lime iridescent shimmer, red, orange, gold magnetic shimmer, and red to gold to green multichrome flakes. All right, so in this polish, I can see those flakes and I can see the linear hollow bits of it, but the magnetic pull in this is so faint, so weak, that I didn't even waste my time using a magnet on this. I actually have it on unmagnetized, and I think I actually like it unmagnetized. It reminds me of a polish that I have from Gosh. Remember that Gosh polish that came out all those years ago that had all of us in a tizzy with holographic nail polish? This reminds me of that. But if you put a top coat over the Gosh, it just kind of dulled the finish and it didn't look good at all. That's what this polish looks like unmagnetized. But I felt like even doing velvet style, if I'd have magnetized all 10 of my fingers just to get that faint, weak pull, I would have been highly pissed off, because magnifying all 10 nails takes a lot of work, a lot of time, and I'm just not here for it. If I'm gonna wear a magnetic polish on all 10 fingers, you better pull my fingernails through the bottle. I better be able to see it. And this was not giving that. So I have it on and I really like how it looks. I just won't ever wear it magnetized unless I wear it magnetized on like an accent nail or something. But that's what I currently have on my nails. Probably gonna take it off tonight and put on one of these other two. Haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll wait another day and wear one of these closer towards the middle or the end of the week. I don't really know yet. Just play it by ear, see how I feel. All right, y'all, that's all I have for this video. I really hope you enjoyed the way I did this, or even enjoyed the video at all, because I was so sad that I didn't post this along with all my other nail polish friends. I wasn't gonna post in the time frame that they had for the Festivus nail rack, but I was just gonna post it. And I was so happy with the choices that I had. It was way more than this, but I had to put some back because I knew I wasn't gonna get to them all. But I was so happy with what I chose, and I wanted to share it with all of my friends. And then it made me sad because I didn't post them in time. And then I thought, wait, I can just turn this into a what I wore in December type video. So here we are. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope your holiday was fabulous. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you got to spend it with all of the people that you love and care about. I hope the same for you for New Year's Eve. If you celebrate, if you're going out, be safe. As for me, I have no idea what I'm gonna wear to my living room. Because I don't plan on going anywhere, honey. At Christmas, our kids got me into Stranger Things. I started it a couple of years ago, and then season 1 was kind of boring, so I just kind of exited the room. But they told me that I have to watch it and get up to season 5 because a new episode released Christmas night, and I didn't watch it because I'm not caught up like them. So I binged watched all of season 1 this weekend, and I think for New Year's Eve, I'll just binge watch some more Stranger Things. That's my plan. But yeah, if you're celebrating, be safe out there in them streets, because I will not be in them, okay? I may go to dinner and come back home, maybe have a drink or two to celebrate, but if not, I have plenty of drink here at home. I'll be nice and safe inside. You be safe whether you're inside or out. And like I said earlier, I appreciate you for watching this video. I thank you so much for your continued support, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.